Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Ducks will boot it away to start the game. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Wants to throw. It's Reed. Rushes on him. He'll try to do it himself. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off.
Turning it on! Got the 1st down and still on his feet. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you've seen the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line, paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Off the play fake. Now he's going to break the pocket. He's going to fire to the left. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense came into this game, guys, knowing that they were going to be tested with the offense throwing it vertically down the field. And you saw it right there on the opening drive. They were ready for it. Great job locating the ball and getting the INT.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Moore will throw. Quickly to the tight end. It's amazing how fluid and potent an offense can seem when you get a great pickup on 1st down, and the tight end's a terrific place to go.
Tight ends nowadays are kind of like cheat codes. I mean, they just know so much about right here. Seeing zone, know when to sit it down, boom, positive yards, nice positive play for this offense.
Trying play action. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The Ducks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll throw on 3rd and short. He's got an open man. That'll be enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 48.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Moore to the air. Good timing on the quick out. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And man, that play looked a little bit too easy. 4th down, big situation. You got to get up on these receivers and make it difficult. He gets the football right away, gets all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Makes the grab, it's Craven. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
Lost a throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities.
He's running free down the middle. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Finds his man. It's Stewart. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Here they're trying to get to the edge. Breaks into the open. They finally get to him. A lot of play there to pick up the first down.
They get a huge gain on that toss play, and this running back, when he's got the ball in space, watch out. You see when he's out in the perimeter of the field, he's able to pick his spots. He can make people miss. He's got a bevy of moves. Way to generate the explosive play.
They'll ride the hot hand. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Moore will throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. To the air on first down. Here comes the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
And the Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Leaves it with the back. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. Throwing right. Fires it incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Touchdown, return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returns are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on them. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. On the move, it's Moss. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice game. Foundation of Aggie football built on toughness like that, running it like John David Crow back in the day.
And those Texas people are tough and rugged, and you know they wear their great outfits that you love to watch. But these Aggies, I think they're at their best when they got great running backs. And you've seen Spiller and A-Chain in recent history finding those game breakers, those game busters that can make big plays.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's going to let one go back to the middle. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
The give to the back. Hard running there. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. The Aggies are facing 3rd and inches. Back to throw, it's Reed. Fires to the big fella. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
So now it's 2nd and long. Gives it on the option. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Concepcion. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
And they'll pass on the 50-yard field goal attempt and go for it on 4th down from the 33. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. What a play that time. They got way more than they needed to convert that 4th down.
But I love the execution of this quarterback. Everybody's sitting shallow, trying to take away the first down. He takes the ball down the field. Great strike. Nice play. Nice fourth down conversion.
And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, moving toward the end zone. Ball out! Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Man, what a missed opportunity for this offense. They had a chance to get points. Now they turn the football over. But if I'm this defense, I'm ready to roll. I got them in the black zone. They got to go the length of the field, see if I can go make something happen and get this ball back to my offense.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Moore to the air. Finds the tight end. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. Rolling, throwing, looking right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
Quarterback never saw his guy early enough. He was open right away, but was just late getting him the ball. Receivers jumping up and down saying, yo, I'm here, throw it to me. But by that time, the defense had already figured out where he was. And because of the late throw, they're able to come up with the interception.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking for a deep man. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. Get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
Man, how about that? You come out of the locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club we're going to come out, and now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside, even though we're winning and you failed. Now this defense better step up and respond.
They'll start this third quarter with a run.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. They'll send the tight end in motion. Moore will throw. Gets it out quickly. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Great job by this quarterback to beat the blitz, and then the running back made it to the sticks.
Yeah, awesome job. You see a extra guy coming. The running back is not accounted for. Nice job getting it to him and letting him get the first down. Great job, great read.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Throws for the tight end. He's got it on the run. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The offense changing the play. Second down, they'll go to the air. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
We just need better execution on offense right now. Not able to get it done on first down, and now they give up the sack. If you're the head coach right now, you might want to think about a timeout, make sure your guys have their minds right.
Now on 3rd and goal, and that earlier sack left them with more ground to cover. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. The receiver will not get it to the sticks. It'll be 4th down.
Well, this offense is giving a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity, because 1st and 2nd down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable 4th down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
Barring a penalty, this drive will come down to 4th and goal. He'll keep it on the sneak. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.
Great job by the defense there on 4th down. I'll say this, QB sneaks are not a guaranteed play that you're going to get on offense. Everybody thinks it is. You dial it up, it's an automatic first. Not the case. That time, the defensive line was lower. They got more push. And there was just nowhere for the quarterback to go. Great job by the D.
Finds a man on the right. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Back to pass, it's Reed. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
The tight end gets a handoff on 3rd and short. You don't see that every day. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Here's the handoff. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
And the Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Give to the running back. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Craver. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the air, it's Reed. Caught over the middle, it's Concepcion. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man to the left. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
The Aggies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Now from inside the red zone. On the run, still looking. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
And the Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Concepcion. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
After another clutch third down conversion, it's first and goal. To the air, it's Reed. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Moss. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on third and goal. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. A huge chance for points here on third and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Go straight ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggie.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the owner?
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to adjust the pattern. Moore to the air. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Ducks can really attack on this second and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
The give and tick, 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 tick. Got the first down and more. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Oregon. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Defense looks like they're coming. Back to throw, it's Reed. Grabbed in the middle, it's Concepcion. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off, clock's running. Wants to throw on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Touchdown, Aggies!
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Time is of the essence, just under a minute to go as they line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. These onside kicks are nearly impossible anyway, but you have to at least give them a chance by getting the ball 10 yards. They'll take the penalty and take over with the lead. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Stewart. At the 20, he's got space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll move the wide receiver. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, and coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Tight end now in motion. Dropping back, it's Reed. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. Fires one high and deep. The pass ball is incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And things are looking more and more dire for this offense now. After that incompletion, look, you're down by a bunch. You have to take shots. It's the only way you're going to get back in this game. Problem is the defense knows it, and they're playing coverage, so things not looking great right now for this offense.
Floating away. He's taking the deep shot. Makes a catch. Converts on 4th down and still on his feet. He goes out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, but it might be too little too late. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. They make the stop, but that's going to do it here as time has expired, and that'll just serve to pad the stats. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.